First I want to see this video by DK Dynamite. I already know about some of the things. I looked into a little bit, but there are some updates and some changes that are coming to Black Ops 7 when it launches. Definitely go subscribe to DK Dynamite and check out the original video. Link will be in the description. He's gas. He's literally like, if you want like Call of Duty updates, he's the best at it. He is the best Call of Duty update person or news person. Let me just make sure I don't have this right. See, chat, you guys, you're ready to see something super saturated. All right, here we go. I'm going to stop yapping. Let's go. They call me the yapper, the tier 3 yapper. They don't. Nobody calls me that.
Everybody,
literally nobody calls me that.
And tonight we're
but they should.
About every single launch update that Treyarch just revealed earlier this afternoon. Definitely stay tuned.
Big changes, guys,
Quick,
and all good shit too.
Yesterday's commentary.
All good shit.
Was a part of my community quote
series. I'm hyped to see what they do with aim assist.
Claims the community is making, and we dissect them within a commentary, whether we agree with it or not. Now that video was focused on whether or not Black Ops 7 could be.
I want them to nerf that shit into the ground.
I'm just kidding. Factors. If you still want to check that video out, it's going to be linked down below. Since we have a pretty interesting discussion about the state of Battlefield, how the competition may encourage Activision to drop the game sooner, on top of how suspicious it is that, for whatever reason, everything for The Haunting is about to be released by the end of this week, which gives us about a good 2 to 3 weeks before BO7, so that has us wondering what they're going to be doing in the meantime.
People are theorizing they're dropping Black Ops 7 early. I think there's like a 95 to 99% chance that is maybe higher. Maybe like there is just like a 99 to 99.9% chance that's never going to happen. Because I don't think they could just do that. Because, you know, a bunch of business related things I don't really understand, but I wouldn't be shocked if they low key kind of wish that they did, because isn't Battlefield 6's season 1, I'm pretty sure, is coming out a little bit before the launch of the game. And if they were able to drop it early, I do think that they should. I think they should drop it before that season 1, to better compete with people's time for that. I think would be strat. If I had to
actually started the
put
day
that
off
out
by
there.
confirming again that we're less than a month away from the launch.
But obviously,
of
that's not. They're not going to do that. They can't do that, I don't think.
Now, that definitely puts to rest the idea that the game itself could be releasing early, since they probably would have announced that by now, and the evidence is getting slimmer by the day. That's why I mentioned in yesterday's video that, although it's a cool conversation to have, I was really leaning more towards the fact that they're probably not going to do it, since Activision has never confirmed the release for Call of Duty, and then just changed that date a couple of weeks before launch.
I don't think that.
Now,
correct. I don't think they can, because they have like a bunch of deals and other shit, right?
Make a couple of videos every once in a while in that community quote series talking about some of the wildest claims that I figured are worth a pretty fun discussion. And it also doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any type of early access to BO7, especially the co-op campaign, which I know a lot of you guys out there are hoping for, considering how big the campaign is going to be this year. The closest you'll get to early access is the New Zealand trick, which means that digitally you could play the game up to, I think, 16 hours early if you change your region on your Activision ID, or go ahead and just change your region on an Xbox. So jumping into the brand new dev talk they ended up dropping, again, we reacted to it live on stream, but I wanted to break it down in more depth here within this video.
Yeah, I've already seen the dev talk, by the way.
At launch, you can now ADS while sliding, diving, and wall jumping without the need to equip dexterity.
Thank fucking God, bro.
Movement now. And I get it, they mentioned before in some beta patch notes, and I think an older dev talk,
they
didn't want the movement to be too aggressive, but they do care about fluidity. That's why if you do equip dexterity, it's just going to make ADSing while performing those actions even smoother. So to put it simply, you just won't need a perk to aim down sights in any situation while playing multiplayer.
Massive W.
I think is going to provide players with more of a competitive edge that I hope we also end up seeing in Warzone.
Massive W.
That's a discussion for a different time. Now, on top of that, and based on beta feedback, they also mentioned that footstep.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Warzone. I think Warzone's done. I think this year is gonna be a multiplayer year until Blackout releases, or that Blackout type mode in Warzone releases. I think Warzone's run its course. I don't know what else they could do at this point to juice it. Verdansk was the last shit that they could pull out of their ass, and it didn't work. So, you know. I think it's over, which that's okay, you know. And honestly, I'm a little excited because we haven't had like a good multiplayer year in years since Black Ops 4. Technically, I consider Cold War's multiplayer year a good multiplayer year, but also it had super strict skill-based matchmaking that kind of ruined it as well. So
whereas slide speed and distance have been
also it launched with no content, so
while mantle speeds will be faster across the board as well. So they're making the movement pretty quick. Again, we don't have jetpacks, but when you combine some of these changes with the wall jump, people are going to be moving pretty quick inside of the MP. That's why I highly recommend you guys stay as competitive as possible and get yourself
sponsor
ad! Disco Dynamite to save upwards of $50 or more off of your order, while you can customize every remote.
Yes, use code DK, or what's his code?
Logo, some grip, and anything else to make the controller the best that it can be.
What's his code?
These controllers are incredibly durable and are authentic, whether it's a Sony DualSense or a Microsoft Xbox controller. But with that aside, they've also overhauled the perk system, which I'm pretty excited about.
Use code
Dynamite. A couple
of
weeks ago, Matt Scrons himself did confirm that they're going to be switching where some of the perks are actually located, meaning that
you can also use code ANISQUID at It's so bad. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just affiliated. I have an affiliate code, and I literally Cinch. Go with DK's code. I actually am I have an affiliate code for this company, and I literally forgot the name of the code. Moving on. Use code Dynamite at aim controllers. Okay, don't get it. You know,
you're not going to have dominant perks in one slot and not some others.
I thought that was bad. That was
so as they confirmed.
That was not it.
That was from slot 1 to slot 2.
That was not the one.
Scavenger from slot 1 to slot 2. Cold-blooded will now be in slot 3 instead of 1.
I still think they should have just done the pick 10 system, but this is better that the way that they spread the perks out.
Whereas they're going to be moving the Looper perk from slot 2 to 3, and lastly, Tax Sprinter will now be in slot 1.
Pick whatever, pick 13. I don't care. Whatever they do.
They actually showed us some footage of this new perk layout in the recent dev talk, which was nice for a visual. But they're also going to be combining some fan favorite perks, some of which we saw in Black Ops 6, with some of the brand new perks inside of BO7. First off, they mentioned that with Engineer, you're now going to experience all the benefits of the Shadow perk, which we saw inside of Black Ops 6, allowing you to stay concealed from any enemy equipment.
Yeah.
They also mentioned that with Assassin.
Oh yeah, that's right. They combined a bunch of perks together to make certain perks that were not being picked or were useless more useful.
Vendetta,
really cool.
Which actually marks the last known position of an enemy who killed you, and then for close shave, allowing you to panic knife, you'll now get the benefits of Bruiser, giving you more score and
Scavengers in the same slot as Assassin. Was that the thing before?
Or a melee attack. We also have the Tracker perk.
Because I'm running all red when this shit releases.
They're combining this with Hunter's Instinct, another perk.
I always run perk green.
The direction of the next closest.
I always run perk green, and I run 3 red perks because I just the movement speed off the kill and the quick fix is like needed. I feel like, and in the beta, stims didn't regenerate. I don't know if they're gonna add that or not, but if they don't, then yeah. Then I'll run perk greed, and then my 4th perk will be ninja. That's typically what I always do.
And lastly, they're combining Quartermaster with Gearhead, allowing you to quickly charge not only your field upgrade, but all of your equipment as well.
That was useless information for me to say. I just wanted to.
These perks right? We're talking perks we saw in BO6, older perks from back in the day, combined with the newer BO7 perks. That is a separate system and bonus from the specialty perk unlocks. Specialty perks are acquired when you go ahead and equip all 3 of the same color, whether it's 3 greens, 3 reds, or 3 blues, which is something we also saw just recently in Black Ops 6.
Yep, basically the same shit.
Treyarch's offered quite a few.
It definitely seems like it's going to be better in
similar to others. So I think it's a nice strategy of just combining some of the useful ones so that you have a bit of an easier choice when looking at all of these slots. Then again, I also think it's important to note that now each of the slots have some pretty competitive and useful perks that we're going to be able to pick from, and we're not just going to be looking at dexterity and some of the others that we were equipping back during the beta.
Yeah, the beta had a lot of crutch perks. The whole shit was basically crutch perks. Like everything.
Bronze and the design team for making sure that feedback is being listened to, because as of right now, huge. Black Ops 7 multiplayer is shaping out to be one of the best, if not the best multiplayer in years. Yes, Modern Warfare 3.
No, it'll be better. Literally just the SPFM change alone makes it better than every Call of Duty from MW 2019 onward up till Black Ops 7. Just that change makes it 1,000 times better. Which sounds crazy, but it's true. It is true. Playing in the beta was unbelievable how good it felt. I seriously, I mean, you guys know, you guys didn't see, I came on stream to God Is by Kanye West with my hands like this, showing the tweet. So when they announced that was going to be the default matchmaking launch. Every time in the Lord.
It was peak. I also love what they did with Cold War, but BO6 kind of missed the mark on a number of different fronts. Most notably, I think
I liked Cold War. I know I'm yapping a lot. I liked Cold War, but here's the thing. I think that I think that if Cold War released today, I wouldn't like it. I think the reason why I liked Cold War so much at the time was it was me getting back into Call of Duty. For a lot of people, it was MW 2019, which I did play MW 2019 a little bit. And I won't lie, back at that time when I was like very casual, I did really enjoy it. I won't lie, I did enjoy it. It was fun. But I was saying some shit about Black Ops. Oh, but Black Ops Cold War was like the main game I really sank my teeth into and got back into Call of Duty really a lot. And it was very much so like old Call of Duty, besides the horrible SPMM. And I think that that's why I loved it so much. But I think if it dropped today, I don't think I'd like it as much. Is my thought process.
On top of
I think a lot of it's kind of nostalgia.
Back in BO7, but I think if you look before the Modern Warfare 19 SPMM era, which began, I think this is going to be one of the strongest multiplayers, which takes into account a ton of feedback that players have been providing for.
Oh, it's definitely going to be one of the strongest.
Now, Treyarch then confirmed the team is focused on aim assist strength across all ranges, as well as rotational aim assist and the requirement for the right aim stick to be moving in the direction of a target on controller, with more details to come. Raven also followed up after this dev talk released and quoted it by saying, in parity with BO7 multiplayer, we'll be working with Treyarch to explore potential adjustments to rotational aim assist and aim assist strength on controller in Season 1 of Warzone. We'll share more news as we draw closer to the launch of Season 1 later this year, which I believe is going to be, I want to say, early to mid-December. But aim assist has been a pretty complicated conversation over the last couple of years, and it's kind of just been radio silence about this topic. So I'm happy to see that Black Ops 7 is the game to kind of break that barrier down and finally address this to where the game is a lot more fair for both controller and mouse and keyboard players. Now, to round things out, Treyarch did give us a bit of a verbal roadmap of what to expect next as far as BO7 marketing. Considering Black Ops 6 is pretty much over as of later this week, they're going to be doing
I just heard BO7 and I just busted.
Intel drops and probably dev talks with the following topics. They mentioned maps, modes, weapons, and even progression. Does this mean they're done marketing zombies? I don't think so. The recent zombie dev talk did tease.
Yeah, the marketing for Black Ops 7 has been kind of nothing.
In the coming weeks.
That's what it's been kind of. It's been kind of nothing.
Topics I just mentioned. We don't have a full list of the weapons yet. There's still a bit of info that I think we can use for the MP maps, like the TAC maps themselves. More details on 20v20 skirmish, which was absent from the beta. At around October 21st last year for BO6, this is a couple days before the full launch of the game, they dropped a full progression blog talking about what you're going to be unlocking with the regular progression levels, 1 to 55. They mentioned what most of the prestige rewards were going to be, like operator skins and even blueprints. And in the days leading up to that blog post coming out, Treyarch also kept changing their profile picture to different prestige icons, which gave us an indication of what every single
people were shitting on the Black Ops 6 prestige icons. I think they were kind of cool. I won't even lie. Even though I think they, at least one of them people thought was AI. They probably are AI, but still, I think they're cool.
Legacy icon would look like from prestiges 1 to even master.
Like, I know they were dunking on it.
So I think it's been intentional that we learned so much more about weapon prestiging, the camo system, and everything else to do with BO7, whereas some things are being kept a secret, and I'm betting those secrets will be unveiled within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, while they've already shared what every mastery camo looks like for Black Ops 7, they could still probably give us a dedicated blog or just include info in the progression blog about what some of the camo challenges are for each game.
I want to know that, because, I just choked on my own ass. I want to know that too, because I want to know if I'm going to even attempt it this year. Because last year I did a little bit. I got like diamond camo on, I think, ARs and SMGs, and that was literally all I did. But because the challenges weren't that bad, so but we'll see. I don't know.
That's something they did do with the BO6 progression blog last year, so also expect more clarity on that relatively soon. But that is about it. This has been DK Dynamite.
But if the challenges suck dick, I'm not doing that.
What are your thoughts on our brand new day 1 launch updates, which Matt's Grants himself
about that shit.
Afternoon? Do you think we'll get additional marketing later this week? Leave our thoughts down below.
Bitches ready to kill. Yeah.
And peace out, everybody.
Your outro. God. All right. Shout out to DK again. That was a W. Yeah, I mean, it's still looking good, though. It's still looking good. Black Ops 7 is looking like a banger, and I'm very, very excited for that.